Hey there viewer, Green Pangolin here. I want to show you something today. So, I was browsing the indie game subreddit, as one does, and I came across the demo announcement trailer for this little game here. This is called Everglyph Trials. It is a roguelite deck builder developed by Debbie Games. This is gonna be their first game. And I was intrigued by what I saw, so I downloaded the demo, played a couple runs, and now I want to give a little first impression of it. One tiny technical trouble that I ran into right before starting is that this game, as it is right now, doesn't really appreciate getting Alt-tabbed out of. When you do and you come back, it always reverts back to window, but that's just a minor nitpick. I'm sure they're going to fix it. Now let's start a run. Okay, as you can see here, it immediately starts familiar. You got the Spire-like node-based map, except it's sideways. We have your starting relics here, currency here, health here. Now, what I would like would be to scroll this map, which I cannot do for some reason. I can only click this and it brings up another version. Or click this button and it does the same. Now, I don't really understand the logic behind this, but it will probably change. Go with the normal battle here. Okay, now apparently they cannot even deny where they got inspiration from. See, deck here, discard here, stasis, which is pretty much a exhaust pile here, and even the end turn button is just the right kinds of angular. Now, I don't particularly have a problem with this. It's not like Megacrit has a monopoly on design elements, but if you look just at this screen, your first thought would be, it's just another Slay the Spire clone. And while it is a little bit like that, I think this game also taps into something much better. And in this game economy, getting your game immediately dismissed as a Spire clone would really hurt your chances. So if I had one advice to the devs, it would be to slightly switch these things up a tiny bit. But otherwise, I really like the design here. The colors are really nice. The enemy designs are pretty cute. You can see the enemy intents. I do not like that these are so big comparatively to the entire screen, so maybe you might want to scale these down a little. Also, here's the health bar and the health value. And if it was me, I would put a little white box behind it, because especially for bosses and bigger enemies, their sprites actually clip into it, so sometimes it's a little hard to read. Okay, we gain 2 energy each turn, or mana, and unlike these regular deck builders, you're not going to get these energy back every turn. This is your pool, and you're going to have to use this for everything. And here are your cards. bunch of basic strikes and blocks. What really grabbed my attention about this game is that every card has two effects. On the left side you get when you play the card, and on the right side is what happens when you let the card be discarded. So there's 5 damage incoming. I want to play a block that's going to get me 6 shield, but I'm going to lose 2 shield at the next turn, and you're not going to lose shield at the end of the turn. So I have 6, gonna be 5 incoming. I will keep 1 at the end of the turn, but this effect is going to remove those. Okay, I have 4 mana. I'm going to play 2 strikes to kill this guy. See, I don't have mana and I am not going to get back any. However, here's a mana crystal. If I use this, I gain 1, but if I let it discard, I'm actually gaining 2. Here with the strike, if I don't use it, I'm gaining back 1 mana. So when you end your turn, all of these, the game calls this the reveal effect, these are going to be played from right to left. So let's end turn. Now I have 3 mana. Attacks. Okay, now you're hitting for 6. Let's block that. Now I got enough mana for 2 strikes, or I just do 1 strike and get 2 mana back. Okay, see, if I let this stay right here, then I'm going to get 2 block first and then 1 mana, but I can rearrange these. There are some effects that can actually play off each other. You're just defending, so... Okay, and we won. This is another thing that I really like. After every fight, you get 5 rewards. And 2 of those are always upgrades for 1 card that you have. And the other 3 can be cards, or sometimes even relics. I think it's pretty neat. It kind of eliminates having to plan your path based on how many events or possible upgrades you might want to have. Okay, Adrenaline gives 3 mana and exhausts, or you don't use it and gives you 1. I haven't tried this one, so let's go with this and upgrade the strike. You see, it upgrades the playable portion, but also it gives you a random attack if you don't use it. So I'm actually going to upgrade both of these. I think I'm going to go up here for the shop. Yeah, let's go with this. Okay, here we see. Goes to the stasis spire. Let's always hit the little ones first. I gotta say, these card effects are pretty bare bones, but I still really like them. They flow pretty well. They are readable. even when there's more enemies on the field. Upgrading the basic blocks is always good. See, it would get us double the block even if we don't play it. Preparations, if you play this, you get 16 block next turn, and if you don't play it, you draw an extra card next turn. Because you always get an effect even if you don't play cards, I think in this game draw is extremely important. Okay, let's keep a little money here. Now we go to the shop. So here's the shop. You can buy some items, relics, and you can remove one card here for free. So actually, let's remove a basic strike. And I'm buying quick strike, just so I get to draw more cards every few turns. Okay, moving on. Okay, there's a bunch of damage incoming. It's shield, prepare. Okay, you shielded everyone. And you are going to increase your own attack. This is a tiny bit tedious, because their buffs don't actually reflect their intent. So here you see it's going to attack for 2. Modified by 6, so the actual incoming damage from this one is 8. So you kind of have to keep on the lookout if you don't want to be surprised. Okay, and because you're going to keep buffing yourself, you will be the first to go. I hit the wrong target. Okay, now I do not have any way of completely blocking these. It's gonna be okay. I will draw a card next turn, and I will attack one of these randomly. Okay, so one of these enemies gave me this short bite card, so if I play it, I remove it, and if I don't play it, it's going to hurt me and then remove itself. So I kinda have to use this now. Let's actually get rid of you. Okay, you're hitting for 2, modified by 3, that's 5 times 3. So I kind of have to use both of these. And I do want to get some extra blocks since it doesn't expire. Okay, I have enough to completely block, so don't really need to care about it. Let's stockpile some mana for next turn. Now I get that it's Spire inspired and all, but I think it would be more beneficial if you encounter this enemy once that the tooltip would show you actually what they're going to do. Since the more enemies you're going to encounter, the more taxing it's going to be to keep everything in mind. At least that's my opinion. Okay, what do we get now? Adrenaline doesn't upgrade much, but it's cheap. Cruel Dagger hits for 1, and if you play a card before that, it gives 2 bleeding. If you don't play it, it gives 4 bleeding. I think it hits a random enemy. At least I haven't seen any way to target. I think I'm actually gonna take sturdy strike. And now I'm going to have to be on the lookout for mana generation, because that is going to be the limiter. Okay, see here. This says Brilliance, Revere, red. So Brilliance is an effect that happens when you play this card first on the turn. And you can see here at the top right of the card, this flower petal is red. Now I'm gonna use this, and you see it flashed up here. This right here is a bit of a, the games calls it factions, but basically some cards get you accumulated points, and if you reach a certain level with these ones, you gain an effect every turn. You see, this one says you get extra card draw each turn, or you get 3 mana each turn. So I think it's a pretty neat way of going about it. I do want to say, if any of the devs are gonna watch this, that this power-up effect is currently extremely overtuned. Especially with these enemies. They are going to gain this much faster than they drop it, so it very quickly ramps up to the point where you're quite literally incapable of defending against it. So you might want to look at that a little. Okay, now I'm not going to play Sturdy Defense, just to show you something. It says if you discard it, it's going to increase your shield by 2. And because the discard effects play from right to left, so this way this gets increased by 2. That's going to apply to this. So I'm getting 6 block from this. This. Now I got 6. So when you have big row of cards you really can do a cascade effect. Okay, you're hitting for 30. And I literally have no suitable attacks here. See, this is what I'm talking about. You get one bad hand and you suddenly lose half of your health. You only hit for 20. Okay, now you can look at this. I'm gonna gain this. That's going to result in getting an extra 6 block. Okay, I only need one more of these to gain level 1. That would give me a buff each turn that double casts the first attack I play. And I'm pretty sure these level 2 and 3s are part of the roguelite nature of this game, so you can just grab that upgrade. Then again, I played like 4 runs before this recording and I haven't won even once. And time for the boss. Okay, you're a big one. What do you do? Applies freeze on hit. And you're hitting really hard. I actually kinda want to stack the green one here for extra blockage. Yeah, let's speedrun this one first. Then I can worry about the others. You're not hurting me. That's good. Ah, I'm getting freeze, even when I'm the one hitting. Alright then. You sneaky bastard. Okay. Maybe I do have a chance with this build. Okay, one more for this. And I can't take it on my turn. So there's no way to cheese this. Alright then. Here we go. So now I'm going to multicast my defense cards. Okay, what are you going to do here? Okay, you're hitting for 30 here. Please don't do that. Okay, that was quite a lot. Let's see. For 10, so kinda want to use this. This is going to hurt. Yikes. That's 18 damage. Okay, I'm getting 12 from this. I might just make it. Oh, it's gonna be close. Okay, now I'm at 4 multicasts, so this would cast 5 times, right? Now, I wonder if this extra block applies 5 times. Yes, it does. Okay, this is super broken. I like it. I like it. Okay. And with this, I am victorious. Whew, that was quite a fight. Gain block with every card played. +1. Debuff decrease. +1 buff increase. I think what this means is that all my debuffs are going to dig down 2 stacks at a time. All my buffs are going to start with +1 stack. A little more clarity on this wouldn't hurt. Heaven Strike. Super expensive, but also super powerful. What does this do? Complete damage immunity. That's amazing. I think I'm going to take this. Can't really afford anything else here. Ah, and that was the demo. So yeah, this was Everglyph Trials. I really enjoyed it at first glance. It seemed like it's going to be another Slay the Spire clone, but this has something really different, really unique in the making, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more from these devs. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. I'm going to put a link in the description for this game. Steam page, you can wishlist it yourself, play the demo, give some love to the devs. I think they are really deserving of it. That's all for me. Goodbye.